So, hi everyone who's in attendance today. Thank you guys for joining in today and taking out the time to sit in with us and get this information. Um, Trying to give you guys like these little nuggets just about holiday spending. I know it's like a different time this year, and a lot of things are different for a lot of us. But I still wanted to get that information out there for those of us that are going to be doing any type of spending or shopping or things during this holiday season. Of course, first of all, I hope that everyone is being safe. I hope everyone is well. But I just over like just a few things with you guys about it. I have prepared a PowerPoint again for us. And I did an example that's in the PowerPoint, but I also did a blank handout worksheet for your personal use if you would like to use that budgeting sheet when you go for building your budget for this holiday shopping. I know we still have like a little bit of time left to kind of get some things done, kind of like last minute or just in these last few weeks of anything that we want to do. So I did insert like a blank sheet there just so that, if you want to use that for yourself and for your own financial plan, you have that blank one and also that example as well to be able to see how to follow it and track from the notes and things that you take from today. So I'll go ahead and get the share my screen and get the PowerPoint up here. So I'm gonna put it already here too. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about holiday spending, just kind of like the do's and the don'ts of holiday spending. The main thing that I want you guys to keep in mind today when you're going out, when you're preparing your budgets for your spending, if you're going out and doing your shopping or whether you're doing it online, just being financially mindful, using effective spending strategies, and making wiser financial decisions during this holiday season. Regardless of what it may be, I know a lot of us are probably not traveling. A lot of us are probably not physically, visiting family and friends. We're probably doing a lot of things virtual. I've also had some clients that I've talked to when they do their virtual like meetups or family meetings. They like they order things to each other. So like they send bottles of wine, they send snacks, but or like everyone is responsible for what they would bring in person, but they just do it through delivery, through Zoom or however, and they just send it to each individual. Like everyone sends something to someone, which is I thought was like pretty cool idea, but also those things can get it can get very expensive very quickly, especially if it's something that you do like every week or if it's like a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like if you're family that you guys like are visiting with online virtually, if it's a lot of you guys and everyone's sending something everywhere or everyone's sending something to like a certain amount of people, it can become expensive pretty quickly. Even though it is, like I said, a very cool idea. Especially during the times right now, it can become expensive very quickly. So these are just some tips and some things to just keep in mind while you are, participating in those types of activities, or if you're out, like I said, if you are actually out shopping in the stores, or if you're just, shopping online, however it is that you're going to do your spending. These are just some little tips and things for you to be mindful of and keep in mind as you're going through to making these choices and these decisions. So on our next slide here, the first thing that I mentioned about the holiday spending was being financially mindful. So what does it mean to be financially mindful? Financially mindfulness is being aware of how you manage your money and how it impacts your goals and your life. So not just thinking about the right now, but thinking about when I make this financial decision to purchase this item or purchase this service or whatever the case may be, when I make this decision, how does this impact any goal, like personal goals, personal financial goals that I have set for myself? Or how does it affect my life and the decisions and the choices that I want to make? And I like to use holiday spending as a prime example because yet we try to do so much during those times because we're with family, we're trying to spend time with family, we're all about love and happiness and just enjoying each other's company and being together. um, so we do kind of take that time to, we we gift. That is, some of us, that's how we show our love, and that's how we show that we care, and we gift. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to keep in mind, if you're gifting, however it is that you may be gifting, you don't want to forget about the things that you have set for yourself and personally, what your financial goals are, and things that you have planned for your life. Because the holiday season, unfortunately, it is a season. It comes and then it goes. And then you have to deal with the aftermath. So if you like go crazy and like you spend this, ridiculous amount of money during these few weeks or these few days or however long it stretches over, you have to deal with the fallout when it comes to getting back on track with your goals and dealing with your day-to-day life. You don't want to put yourself in a strain or a bind because you overboard during the spending for holiday season or for holiday time. So this is just keep when it says financially mindful, it's just keeping aware of your goal, your personal financial goals, the things that you have planned for yourself and for your life and for your family, what you want to do, keeping those things in mind as you're making these decisions. So for example, the holiday season, it's not really about gift giving. It's about, being thankful and grateful for your family, the things that you have, the people that you're around, the love that you receive. It's about being grateful. That's the true meaning. So if we're being grateful for what we already have, you will be less likely to spend on what you don't really need. So you'll start to weigh those needs and wants. And especially during the holiday season, you'll start to weigh, like, is it necessary that I have to get this person exactly what they want? Or would that person be grateful that I even got anything? You know what I mean? It's supposed to be that that person should be grateful regardless of the fact that they receive anything or not. It's not supposed to be about gift giving anyway. So just keeping in mind that true meaning of that holiday spirit, the holiday season, family, and that, just being together and just appreciating each other. You don't really have to spend on gifts. Like, you don't really have to do that whole gift giving thing. If it's a tradition, then it's a tradition, and that's totally fine. But you can also, like I said, you can adjust those goals that you have, set your budget, and be financially mindful of your own personal financial goals and your life thereafter that holiday season, when you're out doing the spending and buying the gifts and things of that nature. So just the last thing here, helping with spending and also allows room to consider your goals and your life. So this being financially mindful, it's a responsibility. You're holding yourself accountable. It allows you to be mindful of what you're spending. So you will take into consideration, if I go out, do I want to try to find a coupon for, when I try to shop, or do I want to try to look and see what gift sets they have on special or something like that? So it helps with the spending while also making you, in your mind, you're also thinking about still things that happen in your life, your goals after the holiday season. So it kind of like circles back to everything. So that being financially mindful, it keeps everything together. It helps you keep everything, being aware of everything that you need to be aware of when it comes to your finances and your goals that you have set for yourself.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, sorry, my watch. I'm sorry, guys. Siri, she just chimes in whenever she wants. Okay, so holiday spending 101, effective spending strategy. Effective spending strategies, these are just, in general, some things that I believe are important when it comes to, effective spending, being responsible when you're spending, being financially mindful when you're spending. These are just some strategies, general strategies that I came up with. So, of course, make a plan and stick to it. That's number one. Number two, create a budget. Number three, no added debt. So, don't go out and, they have, I know they're like promoting like crazy right now, holiday loans, low interest rates, help with your holiday shop, get this loan, interest rate is low from this time to this time. They give you these promotional interest rates. But at the end of the day, you should not be going into debt or adding more debt to any debt that you already have. You should not be doing that for holidays. You should not. That is not a good idea. That's not being financially mindful. That is not considering your personal finances or your goals after the holiday season. It's not. So, number three, definitely no added debt. And number four, again, just remember, it's the thought that counts, not the price tag. So this season, it's not about gift giving. It's not about how much you spend on a gift. It's not about how much it costs you to go and buy it. It's the thought that counts. Whatever you consider, is that thoughtfulness that you put into it, whether you make it, whether you buy it. It's not about what you get. It's just the thought of having that giving spirit and wanting to give. So keep those things in mind. Um, these things will help with us having that effective strategy when it comes to spending for the holidays. And this can go into not just gifting, but if it's a tradition, or if it's something that you guys do for decorating your homes. Like some people go all out when they decorate their home. Again, consider things like when you make that plan, consider things on ways that you can cut your budget down from what you might have did last year. Can you reuse any of the decorations? Can you repaint them, or change the color, or can you make changes to them to make them look like they're different decorations but they're the same, so that you don't have to go out and buy new things. um, Unless it's like absolutely necessary that you have to go get it. So just coming up with those different types of strategies, keeping those things in mind, that when you do create your budget, you don't change it just because, like, oh, I didn't consider this in the budget, or oh, I expect it to be this amount but it's this amount. You create a budget before you do anything, and you only spend what's in that budget. And you have to make that budget work. You don't go over it. It's always good to stay under budget, but you don't want to go over the budget that you have set for yourself. And you definitely don't want to go out and get any additional debt, whether it's your current credit card that you have. You don't want to use your current credit card to go out and make purchases for things for the holiday season, because at the end of the day, when the holiday season is over, you still have to deal with that debt that you've now accumulated and added to your credit card. And then same thing, vice versa. You don't want to take advantage of one of these, holiday loans that they specifically promote during the holiday season, to try to draw you in to get that extra, that new debt. Because again, it's a holiday loan, but you still have to deal with that debt after the holidays. Those are not good ideas to do, to add on any type of additional debt just to, pay for any type of spending or shopping that's in the holiday season. So just going back and breaking down each one of these strategies. So that step one, which was the planning. When I say plan, make a plan and then stick to it in the planning phases, um, of course, one of those things is going to be creating your gift list. And that's when you create your gift list, of course, we always write the list out and we're like, okay, who are we buying for? And then you're going to try to figure out what are you going to get that person. And then of course, depending on who the person is, you might, it might change, it might fluctuate. You might actually give a gift versus giving a gift card, depending on who the person is, which is totally fine. We have all of these different options now of determining, the types of gifts that we can give. So we have, you can give an actual gift, like something that you actually go out and buy. You can give a gift, or it can be something that you can make. A lot of DIY, or just things that you can shop different small businesses that do specials to promote their businesses during the holiday seasons. A lot of times their gift sets are usually lot less expensive than if you were to go into like a major department store or something like that. um, and also you want to look for like gift cards. Gift cards are also a good way of giving gifts, if you don't want to give like cash or something like that. So you can do gift cards. They also or some people just do cards and they put the money in there, or you can do a mixture. It doesn't really matter. You have to determine what type of gift giving you want to do, based off of your the list. You count how many people that you're giving gifts for. Determine what type of gifts that you want to have in your gift list. Next thing you want to do is research those gifting ideas. Usually if you shop online, you get better deals because you have like all these promo codes and things of that nature that's going on. And then during this time right now, it's a lot safer to just shop online instead of going out into the stores. So shopping online could be a good idea for looking for gifting. And then also you can a lot of businesses, like I said, they have those gift sets that they do, just around this time for holiday season. They offer like little gift sets. Sometimes it's like a miniature version of a bigger gift set, but you can buy it at a cheaper price instead of getting the whole large gift set. So think about those types of things when it comes to, if you're like gifting. Also, don't be afraid to use coupons and discounts. It's okay to get a discount when you buy a gift. It's okay to look at this what they have for sale, like gift sets that they have on sale, and buy those as gifts. Again, it doesn't matter about the price tag. It's not the price tag that's important. It's the thought of you even, taking time out to go and purchase a gift and use your money to go and buy a gift for someone else. It's the thought that counts. So don't be afraid to use coupons, discounts, promotion codes, anything like that. Also, I know Black Friday, they always have deals Black Friday that comes up. Don't be afraid to, you know, get something that's on a Black Friday deal. That's totally fine. That's smart shopping. That's being financially mindful. That's considering your finances and your goals after the holiday shopping season. So do not be afraid or ashamed to, use coupons and discounts, or like I said, even take advantage of sales like Black Friday deals and sales. That's totally fine. And then the last thing here under planning, I have designate a shopping day. So if you are, if you like to do your shopping all at one time, you like to take care of everyone at one time on your list, get everything you need to get, and you like to be done with it. Totally fine. If you like to break it up into different days, totally fine. If you do that, of course, you want to make sure that you adjust your budget that way to where if you're shopping all in one day, you have your full budget, you're looking at it, you can see, okay, this is what I'm buying, this is what I'm buying, how much am I going to have left? You can calculate that. If you're breaking your shopping up over multiple days, you want to make sure that you budget a certain amount out of your budget for each day. And also, if you're shopping over multiple days, and say some of your gifts you buy online, but then some of your gifts you actually go into the store and you purchase those gifts, you want to be careful of not forgetting about if you have to physically ship the gift. Like if you have to physically take it to the post office or to UPS or something like that, and you have to ship it on your own, because you have to also take those shipping charges and postage and all of that. If you have to buy boxes to package it in, or any type of, the insulation, the little soft plastic things that you have to put in there to keep it from breaking, you have to take those miscellaneous expenses into consideration as well into your budget. If you are, shopping over multiple days, and you have to take you got to know how much you're setting aside out of your budget just for shipping and postage and packaging and things of that nature. Now, if you're shopping online, usually if you spend over a certain amount, you get free shipping. Or even if you some stores are offering just free shipping regardless. If you buy a certain gifting item, or if you just buy period, you can get free shipping during the holiday season. So that way you're saving on shipping, because if you're shipping to different people, if you don't have to pay for that shipping charge, they package your item for you, they ship it to that person for you. You can write a gift message for free. If you want them to like wrap it, put a bow or something like that, then yeah, they might charge you extra for that. But also at the same time, you can just pay that one fee for that whole entire gift to be wrapped and packaged and shipped, versus you wrapping it, you packaging it, and then you having to ship it. It saves you more money to let them do it if you order online. So that's another thing to take into consideration. Do you physically want to go out into the store and purchase the gift, and then have the possibility of having to ship it? Or if you live in the area where your family is, I know that I have all of my family is out of state. So anything that I buy, I have to ship to them. So that's why I do a lot of online shopping when I do my Christmas shopping, or just my holiday shopping. But in some cases, if you live in the area where your family is, you may not be gathering, because of, COVID and everything. You may not be gathering, but you can probably just drive by and drop the gift off. That'll save you the shipping charge, the postage charge. Or you could just put it in the mailbox. That saves you, that postage and shipping charge. You can just drop it off yourself. So those are also things to kind of keep in mind. But like I said, online shopping right now is the safest, because you don't have to go out, you don't have to physically be in a store. And also, there's usually a lot of deals, a lot of coupons, a lot of promotion codes that are online because a lot of stores are promoting their holiday gift sets or their gifting. They have like these promotional sections where they have these particular gifts just for the holiday season, and they're promoting those things and they want people to buy them. So it's always a good thing to look online for those deals and take advantage of them. I'm definitely all for using promo codes and coupons. Like, I am not ashamed to do it, especially if I have to buy multiple things in different quantities or something like that. I'm always looking for a deal. I'm always looking for ways to save dollars on anytime that I'm under budget. I'm loving it because I love to be able to save money, so I'm definitely not ashamed of that. So just keep that in mind as we're out and we're in our planning phase. Keep these three things in mind: creating your gift list, researching your gift ideas, and designating a shopping day. So I have an example here. This is basically just like the handout that I sent over. But of course it's blank. I just wanted to show you guys how to fill it out, to use it for your use. And you can, of course, if you have a longer list than 10 people that you're gifting or something like that, then of course you can add it in there, or you can print the sheet multiple times or use the sheet multiple times to write in your list so that you can have it. But so I always prepare my shopping list first, to determine who am I buying gifts for. Definitely, since I'm an adult, been an adult for a while now that I have my own child, I definitely take into consideration who gets gifts and who doesn't, because I feel like as adults, I shouldn't have to buy you a gift anymore. You're not a child. I mean, sometimes I still do, but I don't necessarily just opt for gifts just because you're an adult. I usually try to get the children. They care more about gifts than adults do. So I try to get them gifts. But then, in this case, I have like an older nephew, and he doesn't care. He's like, he can get a gift, or he plays Fortnite and all that Nintendo Switch stuff or whatever he plays. So he's like GameStop game cards, or something for Fortnite. I can go buy something like a skin or something on Fortnite. So it just, when you make your list, who you're gifting, what type of gift to get them. Or if you want to get everyone a certain type of gift that this year, if you want to do all gift cards, that's totally fine. Again, it's not about the price tag. It's the thought that counts. That's the whole thing we're looking at. So when you're creating your gifting list, just notice we have on the left side here the person who we're gifting. So whether you have more than 10, less than 10, however long your list is. The type of gift, so that's if it's like a physical gift that you're actually going to buy, if it's like a gift card, or if you're going to just do cards and maybe put money in them or put gift cards in them or something like that, or even just a card with nothing in it, just well wishes and for the holiday season. um, or if you're going to do like a service or something like a gift certificate or something like that, that goes under the type of gift, so that you can stay organized in what you're shopping for. That way, if you're shopping in a store or online, that I'm only buying 6 gifts. Like, I'm physically only buying 6 gifts. I'm not in here to buy anything over 6 gifts. So when you leave, you should only have 6 gifts. You shouldn't have 8 gifts. You shouldn't have 7 gifts. You're only buying 6 gifts. So this keeps you organized and staying on track for what you are planning for. Under gift, that can just be like, general ideas of where you're looking for around that, what type of gift you want to get that person. So just for example, like my mom and my sisters, they're pretty big on like beauty stuff, makeup, lipstick, lotions, and soaps, and all of that stuff. So I just do like general gifting ideas. I don't know specifically what I'm getting just yet, but I know that for my mom, I'm probably going to get her some type of beauty gift set. For my sisters, I'm probably going to do some type of makeup, lipstick, makeup, whatever it is. I don't know particularly what it's going to be, but I have an idea of the type of gift that I want to get. So that goes under that gifting column. And then for the amount, that's, after I've done some research, looking it up, I'm seeing, okay, this is the most that I'm spending for this person on this type of gift. And that's what I'm sticking to. So I'm looking for, for my mom, for example, I'm looking for a beauty gift set that's, in that $30 range, somewhere between $0 and $30. But I do not want to go over $30 for that. So I do this for every single person. Notice that from my person 7 on down, my best friend, my nephew, my dad, my niece, I'm doing gift cards. I'm not doing physical gifts. So I'm doing gift cards. And then under the um, for the gift idea, I just put like a gift card from where I know either that they like or what I think that they would like, or something that I would want to give them that I've noticed about them that I know that they enjoy doing, or something like that. So it's just the store. Well, I'll probably get the gift card too. Not specifically for anything, in particular, except for like my nephew for Fortnite. I don't even know how to do that, but I'm assuming that it's just like stop or whatever game that he has, his Nintendo. And I don't know, he can just use it for Fortnite. I don't know, but I just put Fortnite just because I know that that's what I'm trying to get a gift card for. So something around that gaming nature. So I just put again a general description of what that gift is being used for. And then on the right side again under amount, the gift card amount, and that's what I'm putting for that person for that particular gift amount. So it's just a way to keep you organized. You're looking at your list. It keeps you from over shopping, overspending, because if you know how many gifts you're getting, if you know how many gift cards you're buying, you shouldn't be coming out with anything more. That's basically the organization part for the holiday shopping list. So it's something very good to pay attention to when you're creating it. And again, like I said, this is on the blank handout, so you'll be able to fill that out for, to go towards your own personal use. In step two, we're getting into the budget. The things that I love to talk about is budgeting. So getting into the budgeting part, you've already made your list. You know how many people that you're buying gifts for or gift items for. You know around like a general idea of where that gift you're going to get it from. And you also know an amount that you have set as a max for that gift for that person. So now we're into creating the budget, putting it all together and creating the budget. So with the budget, we are going to set your total spending budget. So in total, all of the gifts you have to buy, all of the gift cards, everything, if you have to ship anything, any postage, any packaging, wrapping paper, tape, anything like that, you're going to create a total spending budget. This budget, base your budget on what you can afford, not the kind of gifts you want to give or what you think someone wants to receive. So if for example, I know my sister, I know what she likes. I've lived with her my whole life, well, except for my adult life, but I've known her my whole entire life. I know what she likes. I know the things that she's into. So yeah, if I want to use that as a little bit of an influence, and the reason why I may pick to give her a gift set from Sephora or something like that, some type of makeup gift set or something like that, that's totally fine. But I'm not thinking of, is she going to like it because it's only $15, or is she's not going to like it because it's only $20, or should I spend $50 because it's just makeup? That's not important. You base your budget off of what you can afford. If you've budgeted to spend $20 on that person, then that's what you can afford. That's what you stick to. Again, remind yourself, it is not about the price tag. It's about the thought of you even going that far to even say, oh yeah, I know that my sister loves these things. I'm going to go buy them and I'm going to purchase them for her because I think she'll really love it. That it's the thought that counts. Do not take the price tag into consideration unless it's an outrageous price. Then of course I want you to take it into consideration, because I do not want you out here, buying these extravagant. I mean, if it's in your budget and you got it, okay, I can't tell you what to do, but don't go out of your way to purchase these extravagant gifts if you know that it's going to hurt you in the long run or in the very near future, which is after the holiday season. So when you're making your budget, please base it on what you can afford, not what you expect someone to want or what you think they will expect you to give them. Base it off of what you can actually afford. And then another thing to think about with the budget, be open to different gifting ideas. So, like I was saying before, we don't always have to just purchase a gift. We don't have to go into a store or go online and actually get a physical gift. We have a lot of things that we can do DIY. We have food that we can order. We have um, different small businesses that offer specials on things that they specialize in. A lot of like artists and things of that nature. You can buy other things. It doesn't have to be a physical gift. You can do a gift card, a gift certificate, or something like that. Um, because we're at home right now, maybe someone doesn't have Netflix or Hulu or something like that. You can gift a subscription. It doesn't have to be a physical gift. So be open to these different gifting ideas, especially things that work within your budget. That's the main thing that you want to keep in mind and take into consideration when you're creating this budget. Now, in general, just speaking in general, um, if you are like paid either bi-weekly or weekly or even bi-monthly, so on a specific day, like specific 2 days out of the month, given the time that we are today, November 21st, um, we should at least, most people should have at least two pay periods before the holidays. So you should possibly have, hopefully, we caught you before your pay period, the end of this month, November, the end of November. And then we got you before your first pay period in December. So that'll give you two pay periods to base your budget off of. So you have to, of course, take care of your personal things, your expenses. You don't want to put yourself in a stressful situation because you're trying to put too much money in your holiday budget. But take care of your expenses, your personal things that you have going on, making sure that you have enough money for you to be comfortable to get from one pay period to the next. And whatever you have left over after you save, after you pay down your extra debt and things of that nature, whatever you have left over, set aside for budgeting for spending. You can split it amongst those two pay periods, at least those two pay periods. Now, if you get paid weekly or something like that, or if you're paid every day that you work or something like that, then that's different. You can break it up and take a little piece out of whatever that pay every week. You can take a little piece out to add to the holiday budget. If you get paid like on a daily or as needed basis, as you perform a service or something like that, or as you sell an item or something like that, you can take a little piece from each time that you make a sale or that you get paid for performing a service. So you can definitely break those up and help with not being able to take that whole, whatever your budget is out of one paycheck. You can break it up into those different little pieces to take out. So with that, when you create your budget from those two pay periods that you should have at least, it doesn't have to be a very large budget. So you don't have to, you don't have to say like, oh, I'm gonna do a $500 budget or a $700 budget for holiday spend. It doesn't have to be large. You don't have to make a large budget. It can be $400. It could be $300. You don't have to have a large budget for holiday spending, especially if you've already prepared your list and you've already made max amounts for gifting options that you're going to do for each individual person. You can add those up and see, okay, what is my max for each person? Add those up because it shouldn't be outrageous. Add those up, take into consideration your miscellaneous expenses, like I said, the shipping, postage, any packaging, wrapping paper, tape, things of that nature, the little bows and decorations that you put on it. Take into consideration those miscellaneous expenses, and then you should be able to sum all those things together and come up with a budget, like a total budget spending amount. And it shouldn't be anything outrageous. And then also, if you are doing like some things that are DIY, you might have to take into consideration the materials you have to buy if you're like, creating bath bombs or creating soaps or lotions or, a collage or something like that, some type of picture frame collage or something like that. You can take those things into consideration. So there are different ways that you can, put your budget together based off of your list that you created, and not have this like grand or over exaggerate budget just for this particular time frame. So this is just a continued part of that example that I had. So from the holiday list. And if you're like looking at the handout or when you get it, you'll see that, the list the gifting list was at the top, and then the budget part is like at the bottom. So this is just from what I had from the previous example. For my mom and my sisters and so forth and so on. I had those little amounts in there that I would not spend over for that person. So I just used them here because I didn't actually go and like buy gifts and things. So I just used those max amounts in here, just to show you guys like an example of what it would look like. So notice that in the top part of the budget, I have the total amounts for each person that I had listed, of a max amount that I would spend on that gift for that person. So I have it separated into gifts totals. So these are like physical gifts, like if I actually go online or in the store, however I do it. But these are physical gifts that I'm going to buy. And then I have a gift cards total. So this is for any gift cards that I'm buying for anyone. And then notice here, the third section I have is like my miscellaneous items that I may have to purchase. So like holiday cards, wrapping paper and supplies, any shipping or anything like that. So everyone's, miscellaneous section is not going to look the same. Everyone's gifting section, gift cards total section is not going to look the same. You may even have a gift certificate section. Maybe you do gift cards, you do gift certificates, you do some gifts, and maybe you do some DIY items that you make the gifts. That's totally fine. You can add in, whatever your specific columns are for the types of gifts that you're going to gift for this holiday season. That's totally fine. This is just an example based off of the one that I presented to you guys 2 slides ago, just to give you an idea. But these things are, like I said, this is a blank handout, so you can adjust it the way that you need to make it fit specifically what your plan is and what you plan to do for yours. So just going back in our total columns, I have all the people that I am actually gifting to. So these are my physical gift recipients that I'll actually give physical gifts to. And here are my total amounts for the max that I would spend on that particular person for that particular gift, whatever it is. At the top here, this is my budgeting total. So my budget in total is $400 max. That's everybody and everything that I would need to make this gift list come to life. So the gifts, any miscellaneous expenses, any gift cards, any fees, anything like that. This is my max total budget. $400. So as I'm going through, I'm going to add up all of my physical gifts. Everyone that I'm gifting for, I'm going to add those amounts together, how much I spend or the cost of that gift. So for my physical gifts, I come out to $155.46. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my gift card total section, add up the amounts that I'm putting on these individual gift cards for each of these people, and I'm going to add those up, and I come out to $75. And then miscellaneous, same thing. I'm going to go to my miscellaneous section. Any miscellaneous purchases or fees or things that I have to get, I'm going to go ahead and sum those up and put those down, and I come out to $27.75. Okay. So now with my shipping, notice that I do have it set. I do have it set around $5 for shipping. That just depends on if I'm shipping myself. I'm buying stamps that I have to put the gift cards and envelopes and mail those off because stamps are not expensive. But I don't physically know what my shipping costs are going to be for anything that I buy online, or if I have to go and physically ship. But just based off of where my totals are, so my $400 max budget, the total I'm spending on gifts, the total I'm spending on the gift cards, and the total so far that I have on miscellaneous expenses, I have a total leftover amount after I subtract all of those numbers from 400. I'm left with $141.79 still left over in my budget, which I do not plan to spend $141 on shipping. I'm pretty sure I'll probably only spend 25 of that on shipping because like I said, most of these things, if I get it from the same store, if I spend over a certain amount, my shipping's probably going to be free because they usually offer that type of special during these, holiday seasons. Or even if I go to 2 stores or something like that, my shipping is probably not going to be over $25. So I can maybe budget another $25 for shipping, which is totally fine. I'm still under budget, which is great, because you don't want to be over budget by the time you get to this point. If you are over budget, then you have to go back, and see who, like, where can you reduce some of your spending? Or are you spending too much on miscellaneous? So if your shipping charges are too high because you're trying to go in the store and buy the gift, what if you go look on that store's website and purchase it online? Does it reduce your shipping charge? Is the gift cheaper online? Like, can you use a promo code? Do they have a coupon that's online that you can't use in the store? So those are the things that you want to look back at. Check out and see, where can I eliminate, or where can I cut back on my spending, to where that I'm under budget and I'm not over my total budget that I'm spending for this holiday season for the shopping. So, and this is just like I said, a straightforward, just like a simple example, just to kind of run you guys through. So, like I said, you can apply this to, whatever your decision is going to be when it comes to, gifting, and what you're going to buy, and coming up with your spending. Just keep in mind your total budget. Like I said, we everyone should have about 2 pay periods left, hopefully, to where you can split your budget. You don't have to take, for example, if it was 400, you don't have to take 400 out of one pay period. You can split it amongst 2 pay periods. So you can take 200 out of one and 200 out of the other, or whatever your budget is going to be, so that you're not taking like that one big lump sum. And then, stick to that budget. Don't go over that budget. And just because you set a total budget, for example, of $400, it doesn't mean you have to spend the whole $400. It's just saying I'm putting aside $400 for these things, but you don't have to spend the entire thing. Notice that in mine, I didn't spend the entire thing. Even if my shipping is a little bit higher than what I expect, even if it's $20 more, I'm still not going to spend everything in my budget. So that's good, because then whatever I don't spend in my budget, it goes back into my personal financial budget for whatever I may need it for. So it can go towards I can pay an extra payment on my credit card. That's the gift to myself. Or I can put an extra contribution into my savings account, or make an investment in my investment account. That's a gift to myself. So just because you set a certain particular amount for your budget, you do not have to use that entire budget down to the cent. You can still have some left over. You don't have to use that entire thing. So that's another way of just being financially mindful. You don't have to spend everything. Just because you budgeted for it, you don't have to spend it all. So just keep that in mind, when you're making your list, when you're going through and you're writing out the amounts for the people that you're buying on your gifting list, and how much you're going to spend on each one. Just take into consideration all of these different, costs and expenses that come with it. And so just keep in mind, I don't have to use my entire budget. I'm just putting this money aside for that reason, but I don't have to use every single cent of it. I don't have to do that. So just keep that in mind and stay being financially mindful in that aspect. So then, moving on to step 3 here. Um, the no new debt. So no added debt. Um, we this is a more common than it should be problem during the holiday seasons, especially, one, like I was saying before, because a lot of banks and financial institutions, they promote holiday loans. They have like these special interest rates, just specifically, and they promote that it's for your holiday spending, get your holiday shopping done without having to worry about it. But in reality, you do have to worry about it, because if you get a new credit card or a new loan just to cover holiday shopping, you still have to deal with that debt after the holiday season. Once you purchase those items, you still have to pay that money back. Now, could you afford that before you went out and got it? It's contributing to your debt, it's contributing to your expenses every single month. It's taking money out of your pocket that you would normally have left over to either put in a savings account, or to invest, or to pay down your debt that you already have to get rid of that debt, you now have just added more debt to what you already have. So anytime that you're out, for a special occasion trying to shop, um, don't go and get new debt. It's not a good idea. It's not being financially mindful. It's not being effective when you're spending to get more debt, especially if it's something that you don't need. Um, when you consider getting debt, that's when you have no other choice and you absolutely have to do to cover this necessary expense that's coming up or that needs to be paid right now. That's when you want to consider those options for like your credit cards and things of that nature. But you don't want to get a new debt or further use your credit cards or your lines of credit or things of that nature just to go out and buy gifts during holiday season. You don't want to do that. So don't go into new debt, which, like I said, could be credit cards or holiday loans or even a credit line, open a new credit line. You don't want to do that. You don't want to increase any old debt. So if you're already paying debt down now, you're probably under the mindset of you're trying to eliminate your debt. You're trying to become debt free. So why would you go and add more debt just to pay for gifts during holiday season if your mindset is already on, like one of your financial goals is to already eliminate your debt? That goes against what you have been planning for and preparing for. So don't increase any old debt. Don't increase your credit lines. Don't ask them to increase your credit limit on your credit card. Don't do any of those things. If you have to turn to your debt, your credit cards, then maybe you shouldn't gift this year. Remember, it's not about gifting, it's not about the price tag. This season is about spending time with family, enjoying family, love, joy, happiness. It's not about what you can buy and how much you can afford to buy. So if you can't afford to do it this year, don't go and get new debt just to be able to do it. Just don't do it. It's okay to just send a holiday card with no money in it, no gift card in it. It's okay to do that. That should not be frowned upon. That is not what this holiday season is about. And especially now more than ever, we need that, that family, that camaraderie. We need that love during these trying times right now when we can't see our family, especially of those that are not in this, even if we're in the same area. I can't even say not in the same area. Even if we are in the same area, it's not safe. You don't want to put your family at risk. You don't want to put yourself at risk. So during this time, it's not about gift giving. It's just about, being able to spend that time together, even if it is virtual, just that FaceTime, that's enough. So if you can't afford to go out and do like this whole lavish gift list and buy all these gifts for everyone or do these gifting ideas, don't do it. It's okay to go out and make your budget only holiday cards, or maybe it can be like an activity book that's about holidays or something like that. It doesn't have to be a gift from a store. So you can always find a way to make whatever you want to gift, make it work in the budget that you have. It doesn't have to be this lavish budget. And then lastly, don't go over your budget. Like I was saying on the example, you don't have to spend every single cent that you budget and put aside for any type of holiday shopping or spending. And you also do not have to go over that budget. It's good to be under the budget. It's good to not spend all of the budget, because you can put that money that you set aside for that holiday shopping budget, you can put that back into your personal budget and use it for something else more effective towards your goals. That's that being financially mindful part again, just taking into consideration what you have and what you plan to do with it and where you're trying to go in your life financially, in your personal life, what your plans are, keeping those things in mind and taking them into consideration while you're out, shopping or visiting or things or whatever the case, whatever it may be that you plan to do. So just keep those things in mind. No new debt. Don't increase your old debt. Don't go over the budget. You don't want to have any added on stress or added on, debt or anything, something that's going to make your life harder after the holiday season because you tried to go all out for the holiday season. So still think about it. I still have to live after this holiday season passes. So I want to be able to I still want to be able to attack the goals that I have set for myself. And I also don't want to add any additional stress that I probably already have. I don't want to add any more to my plate that I don't need. So just keep those things in mind. There is life after the holidays that still has to go on. So you don't want to overexert yourself or overspend or just be financially irresponsible during these times. So just keep those things in mind as you are going out and doing your shopping and your spending. And then the last one here for step 4, just as I've been saying this whole time, remember it's the thought that counts. Keep that true meaning of the holiday season. Keep that true meaning in mind. Hold it dear. That's the real reason for the holidays. It's not about how much we can afford to spend on each individual person. It's not about how much money we can send to someone. It's not about anything related to price tag, how much you make, how much you spend. It's not related to any of that. Just keep in mind that true meaning, we're being grateful and we're being thankful for what we have, the people that we have in our lives, the people that we love and hold dear, spending time with them, whether it is virtually, you're still spending that time with them through FaceTime, through Zoom. If you're sharing things virtually, through FaceTime or Zoom. And then, like I said, one of my clients, they actually send little things like cheese plates and cookies and brownies and things of that nature. They send those things to each other, so it's like they're all eating together, or it's like they're all enjoying this together, even though it may be virtually. So keep in mind that spending time with family, that spreading the love, that peace, that joy, that happiness, that holiday spirit, that is the real meaning behind this holiday season. And like I said, more than ever, we need it now with COVID and everything that's going on. So just keep that in mind. Put that price tag and all that. Put that stuff to the side because it's not. It's really not important. If that is something that you are able to do, then like I said, stay financially mindful about it. Get your budget in order, make sure you stick to that budget. And it doesn't have to be like an outrageous budget, but if you can't do that this year financially, if you can't do it, that's also okay. There's always other things that you can do creatively, like I said, virtually through Zoom and FaceTime and things of that nature. That is just the same, and people will appreciate that, and people love that. So keep that true meaning of the holiday season. Keep that in mind, especially while we're thinking about things that we want to do, and how we want to spend time with our families, and how we want to communicate, how we want to reach out. Keep that in mind as we go through this season. And then lastly, just in closing, I just want to also express, me, I'm here as well as, a financial planner and consultant. I'm here to offer any type of support or financial guidance to you guys that can help you with, the financial goals that you have for yourself. And I'm just here to help. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any concerns about anything, or you just want to reach out and ask me anything about different things that you may be considering or any goals that you have, I just want to also express that I am here as well for you guys to reach out to. I'll definitely send my email and contact information again, but yeah, I'm definitely here for you guys to offer any type of support or anything in any way that I can help. So if you ever need that, I'm definitely here. And also just, happy holidays to everyone. Thank you again for attending the class and being here. I really appreciate it. I hope that you got some very informative information, some very helpful information. I hope I answered a lot of questions. I hope I provided a lot of guidance financially, especially for this season, because I know that it is a very trying time right now. And a lot of people are thinking about, well, how is the holiday season going to look for us this year? So I hope that I was able to provide, some alternatives, like good alternatives, also some good tips financially and just personally, just some tips to help out. And like I said, if I didn't, if you guys have any questions, I'll definitely move over to the chat now just to kind of see if we have any questions that pop up. And I'll give a few minutes for those. And also, I will make sure that I leave my contact information again with Ivy. If there's anyone new that attended today that does not have my contact information from prior, and you want to like maybe ask me a question or reach out about some information that you're interested in or some information that you need, I'll definitely make sure I leave my contact information with her so that you guys can have that. But I will go ahead and switch over to the chat now because I want to make sure that um, there aren't any questions or anything that anyone may have that I want to answer for you guys. So let me switch over there. Okay. Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad it was very informative. I hope that it, provided a lot of information for you guys, like I said, and I hope that everyone was able to get that information that they were looking for. So I really appreciate that. And only question that I see there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time out today. I know that we're trying to do this on the weekends to be more available to everyone in their schedules. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time out today